structure. So I normally have chat open on the screen, so I need to make sure I have the right chat and keep it off to the side. But okay, let's go. Queen's Gambit. Mainline QGD, I play exchange. You can also play bishop g5. You can also play like a Catalan structure, but I like this setup. Um, okay, so I'll go queen c2, probably knight f3, and I'll start with h3, and then knight f3. Yeah, my bad, Crash. I figured we might as well be punctual. I hope you're doing well. And what's up, no joke? How's it going? Yeah, we've already got a bunch of challenges, and we might get one of my favorite traps in chess, like, right off the bat. Ooh, okay, if he goes a4 here, there's a very cool trap here for white. And a4 looks like the logical move, because before I go knight a4, but bishop a6 is a bit strange. I think it still does allow this. The point is on bishop takes, I go g5, hits the bishop. When the bishop moves, I'm going to play this move knight e5, which attacks this pawn. The question is, how does black guard this pawn? Because he has a bunch of options. And this is actually my idea, chat. It's not to take this pawn. It's to sacrifice over here. And while my knight is attacking c6, it's also more importantly attacking f7. So they have to take it, and then we'll see what fireworks happen afterwards. But right off the bat, I'm playing like a 2300. I didn't realize this. So this should be a fun day. Queen d6. Okay. Queen d6 is actually like an only move there because otherwise I think bishop h7 just wins the game. Okay, but now let's calculate. Bishop h7, knight h7, g6. F takes, only move. Rook takes. I'd love to take with the queen, but in this position you can just trade queens. And then maybe bishop f6, and I don't think it looks that clean. Wow, okay, so normally with the pawn on a4, instead of bishop a6, I have this move knight takes c6 in the position. But it doesn't quite work in this one. Huh. Challenge. Yeah, feel free to challenge me. There's like 30 challenges, and I guess I'll do the same thing I did last time, which is I won't end the stream until I play all of them. Which could mean a very long day for me, but it should be fun. So if take, g6, take, I, I don't see a way that that works. So I guess I play it slow. We'll start with like king b1. If before I'll just move my knight. I don't mind trading off this bishop because at least my knight can jump into f5. I was expecting like a warm-up game. Um, so I'll be choosing the challenges at random, chat. So you guys have got like a 1 in 30 chance of being the next game. But I will try and play everyone at least once before ending the stream. By the way, I hope you guys have had a good Friday thus far. I know the Euros start today. They probably just started like a few minutes ago. But I'll watch the highlights once I'm done with the stream. Um, take again as an option, but I still don't think it works. Like, I still think bishop f6 is too annoying of a move. Huh. I guess we'll reroute the knight. We'll put it on f5. We'll play like principled chess. Oh well. What's up, Klepto? How are you doing? Yeah, let me go knight g3, knight f5, and then try and cash in. Who am I rooting for? I I'm a Liverpool fan, right? There's a Coutinho jersey right behind me. Back when he used to play for us, but like VVD isn't playing for the Netherlands, and Genie has now left to PSG. So at the start of the at last year, I thought I would be supporting the Netherlands, but now I'm not really sure. Um, yeah, I guess I'm just hoping for some good games, really. So if I go knight f5, he's probably gonna go queen e6. Maybe England, maybe. Um, okay, bishop h7 still doesn't really work, as annoying as that is. Maybe it does now? Bishop h7, knight h7, g6, or sorry, knight f5, queen e6, g6, take, bishop f6. I've now got this move knight h6 check that I didn't have before, but I don't know if it's good enough to change the evaluation, unfortunately. Who are you rooting for, Crash? Um, can I put... Ah, this doesn't even work with queen f5. Wow. My opponent's like putting up a good defense. I guess I at this point I have to take it. Whether it works or not is besides the point. I have to take it. I've spent too much time considering it being a good move. But okay, let's try it. Let's go g6. Let's bring the rook in. Let's bring the other rook in. And hopefully, the reason why moves like this would work, chat, is because all of his pieces are kind of like sitting way on the other side. The g5 pawn, well, it's not necessarily been hanging after I played knight g3 because I can play knight f5. And then the open file is more important to me than the pawn is. So I can follow it up with moves like f4 and things like that and put pressure on g7, which I think is more important than the g pawn. I hope that makes sense. Like a lot of times you'll see whenever you're doing these attacks, white will be willing to part with their g pawn, and there's a bunch of lines where white also sacrifices like the b2 pawn. These two pawns are often like the most sacrificed pawns in chess because the rook can move to the open file and then become active. And often there's like this big trade-off between activity and material. Can I check? Do I need to check? Let me just go rook g1. This is 3 plus 2, so I've got a bit more time than I'm used to. Um, but okay, knight g7 is coming next move if he doesn't stop it. And the only way I can see to stop it is with a rook lift. Oh man. It's like I'm so close to winning this game, but I don't have a crushing move, I don't think. Maybe knight g4? So now I'm threatening the f6 bishop. And then we take on g7. He's still just barely holding on though. Wow. I went the entire last one without losing a game, and it looks like I'm going to lose one right off the bat here. Okay, well, if queen e4, I take on f6, so I'm hoping for that blunder. Okay, nice. A bit fortunate for that to happen, but right on cue. Um, well, I need to try and pick up some time here. The good thing about increment is as long as I move within 2 seconds, I make time, which isn't common in other time controls. But with the extra increment, as long as I move before the amount of time that the increment takes up, we're in good shape. This is a free piece. Ah, he fell for a few of these pins that he probably shouldn't have. And I got very lucky to win that game. Okay, this is going to be a lot tougher, chat. You guys are bringing your A game today. Hopefully I can too. But yeah, when I get off, I'll probably go watch the Euro highlights. I think there's an NBA playoff game as well today. I don't remember who's playing, but we'll probably go and tune into that. But basically, chat, I guess I should probably introduce myself. I'm a national master from Dallas, Texas, and I'm roughly like 2300 USCF and like 2150, I think, FIDE. Um, but we're playing on Lichess and hopefully going to get some wins today. The plan is we're just going to play a bunch of games. And my goal, just like last time, is I want to try and play every single person at least once. Um, yeah, so that's about it. I'm a former like US Junior Open winner. I've played in the US Junior Championships, which was a lot of fun. But that's about it. Can I take? This just seems like such a fun move to play. Take, knight takes knight e5, rook takes f6, knight g6. It's unnecessarily complicated, but I do really enjoy the complications. So let's try it. Also on rook f6, I have knight d3, which I guess is way easier and very winning. Um, Yeah, the point behind rook f6, chat, is he's trying to mate me on h7, so if I just recapture, I get mated. So I have to remove one of these two pieces in order to, like, survive the mating attack. Why would he go? Well, like, if I had to take back, let's say I didn't play knight e5. Let's say I played, like, knight b6 or something. Then rook takes f6 would just win the game. Um, of course, if I don't move my knight, then I can recapture with the knight, and that's a good thing about knights defending each other. is they can take the other spot if need be. But like here, he's threatening now bishop takes f6 with potentially mate on h7. So I've got to stop that somehow. But it's just like a common tactic Crooked Rooks. It's not exactly like a good move here, but it's good to keep like awareness of these tactics so that you don't miss them in the future. H6 is an idea here. Am I Indian? No, I'm born and raised in Texas. But like my parents are, so I guess by extension. H6, take, queen takes, knight takes d3. Or maybe even queen takes d4 is an option. But I don't know if it's worth it to. It's a free piece. It must be taken. This is a very sharp position, though. I probably shouldn't welcome this much chaos. Maybe I should save the chaos for the lower rated player. Um, Also, what's up, a chess person in D9? I recognize a few of the names here. That's awesome. I hope you guys are all having a great Friday. Um, yeah, I'll be playing for many hours today is the plan. I can go knight g4 now, probably queen g3. I can also go knight d5. Those are both logical moves. I like knight g4, but both moves are pretty decent, I think. Okay, let's go with knight g4. Let's hit the queen. And then let's take the bishop. Hits the rook. And then let's take this bishop. And now let's go bishop c5. This was the point, is that at the end I can pin the knight. And then once the knight gets pinned, it's just about how to try and win it. E5 is a logical move here, but the problem is I think the queen can go to f4 and just guard, unfortunately. Is it good to trade off the dark squared bishop? Not necessarily, because my pawns are on light squares. My dark squared bishop will probably end up being the good bishop, so to speak. So I don't know. I think the way that you determine what pieces to trade off are based on your pawns. How do you get the green wings? So if you go to Lichess's website and support via like a donation, then you get these green wings as basically to show that you're a patron of the site. Can we challenge 3 plus 2? Of course. Oh, this is 3 plus 0. I'm still in the 3 plus 2 mindset. Let's not flag. That would be embarrassing. Also very likely that I flagged this game because I'm down a full minute. What was your question? I forgot your question, a chess person. Can you repeat it? Um, but yeah, chat. If you guys ever have any chess questions, feel free to let me know. I'd be happy to answer them. Um, a little bit about my chess is I'm a Caracan player, hence the name of the account. And also I play the King's Indian with black primarily. I've been dabbling with like Nimzo stuff recently, but I grew up just playing the kid. And with white I played d4. But okay, let's try not to get mated. Well, I didn't change between the last time you asked and this time you asked, so still the answer is no, unfortunately. Or fortunately. Oh, I hung. A7 is hanging as well. I'm just gonna lose this game. Oh well. It happens. It happens. I shouldn't have let myself get so low on time. Like that, it was a recipe for disaster. But we've still got 9 seconds. Maybe we might get a lucky. Nope. GG's. Yeah, okay. I was going for some tricks here where let's say he plays some random move. I was trying to go rook a3, rook takes h3 mate because the g-pawn is pinned. But right off the bat, we lose a game. Dang. I went the entire last 2 hours without losing one. And now the second game on, I've already got an L. Oof. All right, let's compose. Do I play the Catalan? No, I don't. I play Queen's Gambit, and I play like, yeah, I play most Queen's Gambits. You have to Queen sack, sure, but what do I get if I Queen sack? I mean, he isn't moving. What happened, Mr. Bitbeans? Okay, he's back. 1,000 plus time diff, sure. That seems fair for me. Can I at least get like a minor piece for it, or do I have to go Queen takes a2 here? What are the rules? Do you still have song requests? No, not today, unfortunately. But okay, he can have my queen. Let's see. Let's see if I can win without a full queen against 1,000. I should be able to, but it definitely makes the game a lot more tense than if I had my queen. Let's castle. My knight still guards e7, so I don't have to worry about that. This is 3 plus 2, though, so flagging him is going to be rather difficult, but we'll see. Knight e4 is an idea, potentially. Can I play a Caro next? I mean, this technically is a Caro, but like queen a5, queen takes c3 probably isn't in any book that you'd find. I'd hope. Um, yeah, that would just be a weird book. But okay, let's see. If he takes, I take on e2, and then, I mean, I'm still down a piece, but at least I win the queen back. But for sure, if you guys have any opening requests, I'm down to try it. But keep in mind, like, I have played the same 3 openings for my entire life, so I'm not exactly, like, I'm not super well versed in other lines, but I would love to try them out. Let's take and go bishop f5. Hit the rook, maybe win c2. Is he gonna take my bishop? Please don't take my bishop. I like my bishop. Okay, nice. Yeah, having the 2 bishops, I guess, is some sort of compensation. It's not good enough for a queen, but it's not bad. Do you know the line starts with e4? What line that starts with e4? There's a lot of lines that start with e4. Which 3 openings? Oh, okay, so I've played the Caracal. I played d4 with white, and I played the King's Indian against d4. e4, c6, d4, d5, f3. The fantasy? Yeah? I hate the fantasy. It's very annoying to play against as a Caracal player. But okay, we picked this up, and now somehow I'm up a piece. But okay, that game was way more tense than it needed to be with the queen sack. No, I don't want you to spam people's tournaments. Don't do that. Allow people to like do whatever without it. More annoying than the Tau? I think so. Because the Tau, there's this queen a5, queen a6 line that's pretty equal for black, whereas in the fantasy, it's more chaotic. Like, if you ever take on e4, all of a sudden they have an open f file and a lot of like fun stuff. You thought fantasy always leads to a bad, maybe objectively, but like trying to play it, it's extremely difficult to play against. Um, because if you ever go for the d4 lines with e5 and things like that, right? They get an open f file, they put pressure on f7, and as a Caracal player, I'm not used to having people like attack my king side. My king is usually very secure. Play a bomb cloud? Sure. I'm down to play a bomb cloud. But okay, let's just win. Gotta play the Jerome. Oh no, not the Jerome. I have seen the Jerome, yeah. The double piece sack with like bishop f7, knight takes e5. I've seen that. Okay, I'm down. We'll need to play those weird stuff against lower rated opponents. Like if I get another 2300, I don't want to play the um the Jerome. But we'll play a Caracal. And then next game we'll try a Bomb Cloud, assuming the ratings are quite good. Yeah, GG's, bit of beans. Chat told me that apparently it's a rule here where if I'm playing someone much lower, I have to give queen odds. But you held on to it for quite a while. Okay, let's go mainline Panov. So this is known as the Panov Botvinnik attack with white. And it's with c4. You have a 79% win rate in the fantasy. Dang. That's impressive. I think my best win rate is probably Exchange Slav, I think. I'm not sure though. Doesn't Lichess call the fantasy the Morosi? No, I think it's called the fantasy. But to get to 2260 and still have a 79% win rate in anything is kind of insane. I don't think any of my win rates are remotely close to 79%. Like, it might be because I've played more games. So once your rating kind of stabilizes, it's very rare that you have an opening with like that high of a win rate. But that's still incredibly impressive. So the plan here for black is pretty simple. Like we're gonna just stick a piece on d5. Whenever you're playing up against an isolated pawn, you want to try and control the square in front of it. That's often the most important square. So here I want to try and put a piece on d5. Um, like eventually I think my knight is going to land here, and then we should be good. I have to be wary of some knight c7 ideas. This is a pretty common idea in the London nowadays because a lot of people are playing the Yobava London with knight c3. But wait, it really calls it the Maroxy. I didn't know that. I swear it was always the fantasy. But okay, let's not hang our a7 pawn. That would be bad. But okay, I'll finally get to stick a piece on d5. And if he takes, I take with the queen, and there's a little fork here that may win the game. What's a good way to recognize which squares are weak in an opponent's setup? So, mainly just practice. I know that's not like an easy answer, but the more games that you play, the more understanding you have of the positions that you're most that you most commonly see. So, like in these positions with an isolated queen's pawn, common ideas is you want to control the square in front of it. And as the side with the isolated pawn, you'll either use it as a shield, or use it to potentially create other weaknesses, or push it. If you can eventually play d5, then you're very, very happy here as white. But okay, let's go bishop f6. Let's just maybe put some more pressure on it. I didn't know that. I thought it was always called, well, it's called the fantasy everywhere that I've seen it. I did not know that. Do I play the Traxler? No. Again, I play the Caracal. I have no way of getting into a Traxler. Yeah, it's extremely difficult for me to play c6 and then somehow end up in the e5 bishop c5 position. But okay, if I go here, well, I could go knight c7 and kind of simplify a little bit. And I think that might be what I play because my opponent's down a lot of time, and it's usually a good strategy to try and make the position a bit simpler so that he doesn't have any forcing moves. Like, he has to think. If I just do a bunch of trades and like do a bunch of attacking moves, then he might be able to find the best move like really fast. You suck at 1800 Lichess. How do I improve? So do you analyze your games, Necro? I guess would be the easiest way to improve at any level is basically try and figure out like where your problem areas are. Because often you will make similar mistakes in consecutive, like in numerous games. It won't be like a one-off mistake. Like, you won't blunder in the opening once and then never blunder in the opening again. Like, if your weakness is that stage of the game, then it's important to first recognize what your weaknesses are. And then once you recognize what your weaknesses are, then slowly work towards solving them, I guess. Again, not a very clear-cut answer, but there's no way for me to just be able to know where you struggle in chess. Like, why are you 1800? What happened? No, you don't know what to look at. Okay, so when you finish a game, you can plug it into the engine, for example. On Lichess, you can request a computer analysis, and that should give you a better like idea of what's going on. Nothing wrong with being 1800. No, yeah, but he's asking to improve from 1800, so that's why I'm giving advice on it. This is a free piece, unfortunately, for my opponent. This is a free queen. Um, Everything kind of fell apart there at the end. But basically, from White's point of view in these type of positions, I guess, like if you finish this game and you run the analysis and it tells you like which moves were inaccuracies. So for example, knight b5 was an inaccuracy. Then the next step is to try and figure out like why is this a bad move? Like why does the engine not like this move? And then you can look at the little book button to see what games have been played before. What do strong players play here? Apparently strong players play rook c1, which is again in line with this idea of maybe going bishop d3, bishop b1, or trying to play d5 and having support on the c file. And then from that, you can build a plan and then use the plan in later games. That's how all of these strong players know so many ideas really fast, is because they've studied these types of positions, right? Like they're not just, okay, we'll play a Sicilian, but they're not just playing every position for the first time. Like they play the game, let's say they lose or they win. They go back and they look at it and they're like, "Oh, what did I do wrong? Or what did my opponent do wrong?" And how do we improve? But okay, we'll go into the Yugoslav, which is going to be chaotic for someone who doesn't know any dragon theory. Um, Maybe I shouldn't take chat suggestions, but it's fine. Oh, also I'm playing on 1100, so I should have given queen odds. I'm sorry. I forgot to look at the rating, but next time I'll give queen odds. You see a lot of plans immediately because, like, I've seen a lot of the positions that I'm in over and over again. Again, like the game doesn't change, so if you play the same opening numerous times, you should be able to improve from one game to the next, especially in the opening stage of the game. Just by looking at games that have been played before, analyzing the game to see whether you took the right approach or the wrong approach, and then being able to apply it in the later stages. Um, but I hope that makes a little bit of sense. Like I know it's a very common question. Like, oh, my rating is X, Y, or Z. Like, how do I get to X plus one? And it's rather difficult because I don't know what your weakness is. Like, presumably you're really good at something and then maybe not so good at other parts of the game. And it's for you to figure that out. And then once you figure that out, then I can probably help you. But I don't know how to help with just that much information, unfortunately. I don't know, Fluxy. I have no idea. That's not my call. I'm new here. You have great explanations. Thank you. Yeah, my Twitch is I believe it should be under streamer. So my Twitch is the same as my Lichess name. I try to stream like once a day, and basically we just try to be instructive. I'm not the world's best player, and I never claimed to be, but hopefully I can help. Your weakness is visualization. Okay, so the first thing I would suggest is doing puzzles, and then the second thing I would suggest is maybe set up the puzzles on a physical board. So don't just do the puzzle online. Like take the time to set up the puzzle on the board and try and solve the puzzle without moving any of the pieces. Like try and solve the puzzle in your head. Go as far as you possibly can in calculation. And then when you need to, make a move. And then slowly over time, if you keep repeating this pattern, you'll get better at it. Like you'll be able to see one move further. You'll be able to see one more variation, things like that. But that's what I used. I would definitely recommend like don't even touch any of the pieces if you're planning on doing it online. Like if you touch a piece, it tells you what squares it can move to. Don't even do that. Just try and okay, let's play the French. If you study Traxa, you will win all games. Didn't you say you were like 2300? How are you still winning games in the Traxa? That's insane. He's down a bishop. But okay, let's try the French. Like long open diagonals and for easy moves. So with white, probably like the Ruy Lopez. Um, yeah, things like that. And with black, it's a lot harder to gain open diagonals, unfortunately. Black is, of course, at a disadvantage of the first move, and because of that, you often get like spatially weak positions. So openings like the King's Indian give you a strong bishop, but it's at the expense of like an extremely complicated line. It depends though, Necro, how you want to play. Like if you want just simple developing moves, I would recommend meeting each move with like so like play e5 against e4, play d5 against d4, and usually those positions don't get as sharp. Like you play normal QGD or just four knights with black. And it's way easier to come up with like easier moves. But I don't know if easier is the right approach when it comes to chess. Like maybe you're really good at calculation, in which case maybe you should go towards these chaotic openings, which are like the dragon, the Najdorf, things like that. So things that I strayed away from, maybe you're really good at. Traxler is great if your opponent doesn't know like 20 moves of theory. What? Traxler, you just give your opponent a bishop. Like it's a good trap opening, sure, but it's not exactly like game changing, unfortunately. As much as I would love it to be. You're terrible at blindfold chess. Dang. I'm decent at blindfold chess, but that's because when I was growing up, there didn't exist sites like Lichess. Um, like I couldn't play on my phone on a long car ride. So if we were driving to tournaments, which I've been to tournaments like all across the US and in other countries and stuff, but whenever we were driving to tournaments in the US, I would play blindfolded, basically against my brother, or if we were taking like other friends along. One of the good pastimes was to try and play blindfold chess. And you basically just learn by playing a lot. So that's why I'm decent at it, but it's not feasible right now because all of you guys have like mobile phones to play Lichess on. But I don't know. Another thing you can use to get better at blindfold chess is again the same visualization strategy. Like, just try and do puzzles without moving the pieces. It's way easier. Once you're able to do that, like at a very competent level, then blindfold chess becomes just another puzzle. Just the starting square is with all pieces on the like the starting squares, as opposed to like this could be a puzzle position. But basically how your mind works during blindfold is you're imagining like a picture of a position and then slowly moving afterwards. Ooh, tricky. So if I go h6, I think he wants to take. And then when I take back, he wants to go f3. Um, Very interesting idea. I could meet it with like queen b4, things like that. Your sister invented the Caracan. Dang. I don't know who invented the Caracan. I assume someone named Kara or Khan, probably. Maybe it was like a joint effort. Um, Maybe we go queen b4. Yeah, but queen b4 I still get pinned. I just get pinned this way. But at least I can take on b2 there. Okay, let's go for this. I'm expecting take f3 or maybe just the immediate f3. Things like that. Can't see the board in my mind either. And you're 2200 rapid. Dang. 2200 rapid is awesome. No, I don't think it's like I don't think it holds you back per se, but oh, I can take with the rook on e4, of course. I forgot the idea of queen b4 as soon as I played it. Wow. He goes knight f3 again, taking advantage of this pin. This guy seems to really like pins. Um, okay, we'll go queen c3, hit the rook, so that rook e3 isn't an option, and I'm basically just threatening to take the knight. I just told you who did. No, but like legitimately though, I don't know much about chess history. Like I don't know why openings are called what they are or who started playing them, things like that. Yeah, Netflix Queen's Gambit style, exactly. But there wasn't much else to do. Like you could play geography games. That was something that I did growing up, and it helped me learn like a bunch of capitals and things like that. But it's not exactly the most useful skill to have. Um, so instead, we started playing blindfold. G5, Queen G4, E3 is an idea. And if take, I take back, rook takes, queen takes, and I'm threatening the rook on C1. I'm not actually going to take the knight because it's pinned, but at least it attacks the knight. So it forces the queen to go to G4. What's up, I'm a possum? How are you doing? No, I'll come here from time to time, but my chat is more educational oriented on this site than they are on my own channel. Um, But yeah, if you guys ever have any questions, feel free to let me know. Like, I'm not the greatest player on the planet, but I'm like 2500 online on a good day, so hey, hopefully that can at least help some of you out. If I go rook f2, what's happening? Maybe knight f5 is a bad thing to allow. I could go rook d4, but then queen c8, king g7, knight f5, take queen takes. And I don't know how to make progress in those type of positions. Oof. Oh, I have no idea. I've not seen the Queen's Gambit. Apologies to any Queen's Gambit fans. Why not take the knight? Well, the knight's pinned to my king, or the pawn's pinned to my king, unfortunately. Um, so there's no way for this to happen. Yeah, rook d4, queen c8, king g7, knight f5. Take, queen takes is what I'm trying to evaluate right now. And it's not that clear as to whether I should allow that. But I have many options, including h5. But h5, the problem is just queen takes h5. And there's no queen f2 or stuff like that because the queen still guards the mate threat on d1. A common idea in these type of positions, let's say the queen isn't here, say the queen's gone on vacation to like a4, is to play queen f2. And the point is when they take, I go rook d1 with back rank. But in this particular case, it doesn't quite work. What's up, always regular? How are you doing? I hope you guys are having a good Friday. Let's go rook d4 anyways. Let's check king up. Can we talk about why you've not watched Queen's Gambit? I don't know. I don't watch much TV. I need to, I guess. We need to take a visit back to Netflix, but I've not really watched much. Played a crazy game as Black versus the London. Congrats. Um okay, so we're gonna go into this position. And I evaluated it as approximately equal, but I don't know if that's the right eval of this position. So I was planning on going here and actually taking with the pawn. Why am I streaming on a different account? So that at least Lichess gets some TV time. Like, it's just for fun for me. Oh no, I'm a possum. I think I've heard it's a great show though. Um, but I've never taken the time to watch it. Maybe I should. My opponent offers a draw. I don't really want to draw here. Like, let's try and squeeze. Okay, we'll check. Come back here with a check, and then maybe go queen g6. But is that transition into a king and pawn endgame good for me? Probably not. Oh no. The queen's on like a very annoying diagonal, defending this pawn. And I need to somehow move it away from there. So let me just go a6. Let's see what he does. I've always got this perpetual. I'm not in danger of losing this game, but I'm just curious to see what my opponent has planned if I don't take the draw. Um, okay, let's just come back. Is he gonna check me here? Probably. Or here. Ah, this is just a perpet. There's no way out of it. Dang. Oh no, he takes the pawn. Okay. Well, I guess we just take the draw. Unfortunate. It happens. Oh, this was a rated game too? Oof. Of course I win the non-rated games and then I draw the rated one. Like that's very, very annoying. But oh well. Am I allowed to play you? Of course. Anyone's allowed to play. It's just a question of when you'll get a game. Um, wait. Why did that not work? Okay, now it works. Let's just play. Oh, this is also rated. Why do I keep accepting these rated challenges? I mean, it's fine. Let's go d6 and e5. But yeah, chat. Preferably blitz and bullet challenges. And yeah, let's see. Okay, we'll do all round player. But for now, we're here. So if you want to play a game, feel free to shoot me a challenge. Let's go 98 and f5. Let's play some very aggressive chess. Just let your opponents blunder. That's a good one. Yeah, that's what I try to do most of the time. Well, this game is rated, and I probably won't gain any rating if I win. But I don't really mind. It's an online rating. For me, it doesn't mean anything. And I would recommend to you guys to not let it mean too much either. But it's so unfair. You beat a person 400 points above you and you get 10 points. That's true, but like the person above you, even if they win, they gain 0 points. So you get 0 points for winning a game, which is kind of unfortunate. But okay. What's up, Ramnon? How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. How do I play? So if you're on Lichess, you can shoot me a challenge. Is this a normal Lichess theme? Yeah, it is. It is called Wood 4, and then the pieces are the Maestro pieces. But thanks for the raid, Noble Ron. Hope you had a good stream. We're currently playing against anyone and everyone. So we've played before in NTCA. Wow, that's a throwback. I haven't played over the word chess in a very long time. But I do know who you are then, based on that. We've also played in a Pan Ams. I'll send you a bullet challenge. Sounds good. Let's take and take back. But I hope you're doing well. Um, if you want to play a game now, I'm down. But not exactly playing my best chess, which is rather infuriating. Um, because I shouldn't be playing like this poorly. I don't know what's up. Like the knight's gonna land on e6, and then I'm in some serious trouble actually. Okay, I can go bishop h6 maybe. John Bartholomew likes Maestro as well. I think it's a great piece set. I love it. Oh man. Does getting this well, killing A is a normal um like killing A is a regular in my chat, so he knows it annoys me. So that's why he's asking it. Um but occasionally crash. It's not exactly like a bad question. It just seems unnecessary. Long queue? Yeah, I've got 39 more challenges and I've already played like 5 or 6 games. What part of Texas? So I grew up in the Dallas area, but for the last few years I've gone to school in Austin. Um, but now I'm back in Dallas. So I can take here potentially. If he takes my bishop, I take on f2. He takes on g3, I take on d2. But do I even need to allow those complications? Oh man. Oh well, let's just come back. Let's play it safe. You lived in both? You're from San Antonio. Dang. That's awesome. Yeah, this is definitely a underrated 1300. Was f3 check a thing? Yeah, it could have been, but like I didn't want to allow the other knight to come to g5. I just seem to have overlooked that this knight could come to g5. But oh well, let's bring the rest of my pieces in and try and go fg. If he goes knight g5, I might still go fg. Okay, now I'm definitely going fg. And the point is, we're just going to crash through. Yeah, f3 was definitely an idea with the intention of bishop takes c1. But you accept that Texas is the worst part of the US? I tend not to rank stuff a chess person. Apologies. Um, but I've only lived in Texas, so I don't really know other parts of the US. Like I've gone on vacation and stuff, but in terms of living, it's just Texas. Different cities, but still the same state. Do I still play over the board tournaments? Yeah, I play a bunch. This player is rated around 1600 classical. Makes sense. Because he's played some very solid chess, but once he got under time pressure, I think that's where he started crumbling a little bit. Because the first like 15, 20 moves, I was probably in some serious trouble, and now I'm just up a full row. But yeah, I'll try and get through these 30 challenges, 36 challenges. Jeez, this will be an interesting day. What's up, Blue Elvis? How are you doing? But the threat is either like queen takes e4 is a pretty big threat, just winning the knight on f3, because the king can't go to f2, and if rook e3, I still take, and then I win the queen as well. So just pick it up. Yeah, this is a Zurich, sure, but we win this. Also, what's up, Almond Nine? How are you guys doing? Nice to see a bunch of familiar faces. Also, nice to meet a lot of you new peoples. Um, I hope you are all having spectacular Fridays. Have I ever been to the UK? So my travel, I've been to like 30 some odd state, maybe I think like 20 some odd states in the US. But overseas, I've been to Colombia, the UAE. This is a cool mate. India, and that might be it for foreign countries. Ooh, I'm playing a bot. Carlson can't beat me. What is this bot? Was that it? Why is it now taking its time? Was I supposed to go King D7? Oh man. You're challenging from 7 different accounts. Come on, chat. Don't have 7 different accounts. It's against TOS. What? Why do you just take 15 seconds to play? What is this bot? It's never played a game before, chat. I'm a bit scared. Well, I'm not gonna answer it if you ask like 5 times, Rexorax. I'm sorry. Um, ban? No. I don't know what this bot is, but oh. Yeah, don't say that in the official chat. That seemed like a dumb statement to make. But yeah, I hope you guys have good plans for the weekend. I'm not planning on doing anything, but I don't know. I'll probably just watch the Euros. I know they started today. Um, I still don't have a team to support, so if you guys can convince me to support your team, I'm down. But at the moment, I'm leaning either maybe Belgium for like Lukaku, or maybe like the Netherlands, just because Genie was technically on Liverpool like yesterday. You neutral in this Euros as well? Dang. Is this as in the CW era? What? I don't know what's going on in this game, by the way. Holland? Okay, I mean, Holland is probably who I'd support. Even though VVD is injured, like, they still seem like a dope team. Um, England are another one that I was considering. What is this account? I'm so confused. Like, I don't know how this bot was coded, but it's very funny because somehow, like, none of the moves are good. Like, it's just trying its best, though. Like, it's just down a piece. I don't know what it's doing. Can I even go 94 here? Is that a bit too unnecessary? Eh, let's have some fun. Maybe don't play bots? Well, I chose it at random and I didn't realize it was a bot until I'd already started playing. How long did it take you to get to NM from starting chess? So I started playing chess when I was about 8 years old. And I got to NM when I was about 14. So let's say 6 years of playing quite regularly. Um, but now I'm 21 and I'm still like 2300 USCF, so not much has changed in the last 8 years. It definitely requires more time and energy and things like that. Once your rating gets pretty high, because all of your opponents are also um, completely prepared, and it's extremely difficult to like beat them. Whereas while you're still learning, you might not be able to tell the difference between like a 1500 and like a 1700, let's say. But you'll probably be able to tell the difference between like a 2200 and like a 2400. Um, but okay, they're cool. There are bots that are supposed to act like humans. Dang, I'll have to check them out. Yeah, chat. This I know this is on the Lichess channel, so ideally these conversations would be about chess. But believe me, if you guys have any random questions, I'm more than happy to just chat for a few hours as well. I'm not opposed to that. Um, I don't know if no joke is, but that's besides the point. You're going for NM. Nice. I think you can do it. Your favorite player from Man City? Probably right now, Ilkay Gundogan. Like he just had an insane season. Wow, I fell for that trick? Dang, I've been tricked by a bot. Oh no. I was just kind of playing like without thinking, and I didn't realize that it was setting up this trap with bishop here. Oof. That's unfortunate. Okay, let's go rook e3. But the problem is he still wins two pieces for the rook. Oh my gosh, I'm actually trolling that game. It's fine. The bot can win. I don't mind losing to a bot just by talking to chat too much. Okay, we'll go back to playing normal chess instead of trolling. Wait, someone wanted me to play the Budapest, so I'll see if he plays d4. We'll play e5. That was a yikes game. It's fine. I probably shouldn't be reading chat so frequently, but it's fine. We went from not losing any games last week to already down like 2 games this week, which is very unfortunate because I've only been live for like under an hour. Do I follow basketball? Of course. Yeah, I'm a big fan of. Um, Not even Carlson would win that. That's a good point. Yeah, Carlson can't beat him, and neither can I apparently. But oh well. Yeah, my favorite player from Man City is probably Yokai Gundogan. So I'm from the US. Well, thank you, Crash. I appreciate it. Um, yeah, I'm trying to stream every day, and I seem to really enjoy like the chess community, at least on Twitch. They all are extremely nice people. But if you guys have any more random questions, I'm down. I can say Sterling. I love Sterling. Sterling is such a great player. But just I'm saying this season, my favorite player to watch was Mr. Gundogan. Do I have Turkish roots? No, not really. Do I have any aspirations to break 2200 like FIDE? I think I could break 2200 FIDE if I put the time and effort into preparation, but I've not really like I haven't prepared in a very long time. So I need to at some point in time. All right, well, take care, De Bruyne is the best. De Bruyne is incredible. How yikes is this game so far on a scale of Petrov to the Dutch? What? I think this game is fine. I don't know though. But okay, b5 might be an idea, maybe intending to win f7. It's a bunch of interesting stuff for white to play here. But I think next move I'm probably just going to go bishop f6, line up e2, maybe go bishop h3 and things like that. But no, I've not got any Turkish roots. As far as I know, both of my parents are South Indian. That's about it. So I'm a fan of Man City. No, no, no. I'm a fan of Liverpool, of course. Um, hence the Liverpool kit behind me. But someone was asking who my favorite Man City player was to watch. Pineapple pizza? I am a fan of pineapple pizza. Yeah, I'm sorry, chat. If that's like a cardinal sin, but so you don't have to like Sterling, true, but he did so well for us. I don't know why I pre-moved Queen B8. Like I should have pre-moved well, probably DC would have been a logical thing. Gordon Ramsay does not approve. Fair. But I'm not trying to appease Gordon Ramsay, unfortunately. Uh Bishop C6 might be an idea, but Bishop C6 might run into this. Take, take, take. Rook B1, Queen D6. I don't mind that position. Let's go for that. This loses A6, but I think I'm fine with losing A6. You got paired at one point with somebody called Unofficial Leela. Nice. Play the London against him. So I play C5 against the London. Um, so not immediately, but like D4, Knight F6, Bishop F4, C5, or sometimes I'll play D4, D5, Bishop F4, C5. But I really do think the C5 move is like the critical line against London. Um, Especially because it takes London players out of their comfort zone, and I think that's extremely important in chess. Like I think chess is as much of a psychological game as it is like well, I mean, it's entirely a or it's primarily a mental game, but I mean in terms of psychology, there's a lot more than what happens over the board, especially at like the higher levels. Where do I study? I just graduated from the University of Texas at Austin, where I studied finance and I was in the business honors program there. But at the moment, I'm not studying anything. I'm hoping to study chess, but it seems like I've peaked. London is for patzers? No, I think the London is a good opening, or a good system rather. I wouldn't say it's for patzers, by no means. Rook takes e2 hangs a queen. Oh wait, rook takes c2 is check. I'm blind. Jeez. Oh man. You plateaued at 1650 USCF, so it depends on what time control you're playing, but if you're just playing USCF, it's probably only rapid. Yeah, rook takes e2 was check. For some reason, my brain thought the king was on h1 already. I don't know why. Oh well. You have a BA in finance from UT San Antonio. That's awesome. 130/30 or 30 delay 5. So in terms of 30 delay 5, I would definitely recommend playing like learning openings because you can catch a lot of opponents out just in the opening of the game if you're playing in a G30 game. But for 130/30, you have to have more like holistic approaches where doing puzzles, analyzing your games online, analyzing your over the board games, things like that are all necessary in order to play good classical chess. Because that's the beauty of classical chess is even if you don't know what's going on in the opening, for the most part you can figure it out over the board because you've got so much time. Do I stream on my Yeah, I stream on my own channel as well. I think you should buy a Salah shirt. Why? Why would I buy a Salah shirt? Can I go here? Take take. I mean, I don't mind Mo Salah. He's a very good player, but I'm not his like biggest fan or anything. Are there any books you recommend? Well, it depends on what part of chess you need to work on. Like, if you primarily need to work on the opening stage, um, you need to find a book that's like related to whatever opening you're trying to learn. So, a book on the French, or a book on the London, or a book on the English, or whatever. What's my channel? My channel is, I believe it's this command. I think. Yeah. Or you can just click on my name from there. But what am I doing in this game? I didn't realize for some reason that I'm just throwing. What am I doing? So I guess this is my bad week. Last week we didn't lose a single game, and then this week I'm just getting beat left, right, and center, which is very unfortunate. So let's try and recover. What's the best move in this position? How do you survive this position? Rook d8 is an idea, but is rook d8 met just by bishop d6? Maybe. Okay, I'll go rook d8 just for lack of a better move, but I don't know what to play on that move. I guess maybe queen d. No, but there's no perpetual over here. Oh well. Coutinho is not at Liverpool right now. True. I did know this information. I can take this way. And if queen, I take back and I protect. And if here, I come back and I protect. And unfortunately, this defense somehow works out. Dvoretsky's books? No. I don't think I'd recommend Dvoretsky's Endgame manual for anyone under 1,000. If you guys want an Endgame manual, I know Jeremy Silman's book got me a lot of stuff there. Wasn't there Queen E8 there? Yeah, but it seemed like the best chance, Kush. It was like I was just completely lost. Like I needed some random thing to work out in my favor. Yeah, this is just mate. But I was hoping he only saw Queen C8. Also, instead of Rook D8, what was wrong with Rook B8? Just Queen C8 check. Yeah, just Queen C8 check. And what was wrong with King F8? Just Bishop takes D6. So there were no other moves. It just, I figured this one had the only trap I could think of. Okay, this is a correspondence game. Um, if you guys could shoot me like live games, that would be awesome. Have I already played Kaji today? Yeah, I have. What? How is that luck that good? There's 36 games and it just randomly chooses someone I've already played. Was this game also today? I don't think so. Play with me. Okay, well, I'm taking challenges at random. Apologies. But I'm mainly just chatting with chat, I guess. Oh, I should have. Okay, let's go Bishop G5. Dvoretsky's book and Grand. No, they're. Come on, C complex. At least try and be helpful. Yeah, there's no reason to just blatantly troll. Like that doesn't help anyone, unfortunately. Um, thank you, Fluxy. I appreciate it. Let's go knight E2 maybe. I don't know. People are busy at chess person. Most often people aren't available to. Playing it with confidence like you didn't hang mate and one. Well, but I had seen the all the other moves were losing. Um so there wasn't exactly like a way out of that. I just thought this was like the most tricky. That's why I said bishop takes d6 just wins the game on the spot. My favorite chess player at the moment is probably well right now, like at this very moment it's probably Mamajarov. Dude, he's playing some very very fun chess. What's up, Mad Quick? How are you doing? Yeah, we're streaming on the Lichess channel today. But I hope you guys have all had good Fridays. I didn't actually see the results of the tournament today, but I assume Shaq still played a very fun game. I'm hoping. But maybe H4? No, but H4 hangs G4, and then do I have to try and do this, this, this? Oh, these games have gotten very sharp. Is it true that if you complete the 530 door? No, I don't think so. I don't think that's how it works, but it definitely could help. You ran 3 miles? Jeez, I don't think I've run 3 miles in like months. Which extension do I use? What do you mean, Ayush? And then Aronian. Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay. What is that move? I don't understand that move. Maybe he didn't see that my queen was guarding laterally, but that's a pretty important move to see. I can go knight f5 here with the intention of meeting bishop takes f5 with rook g1, but then I need a move to bishop g4, and I don't think I have one. So Another option is to go rook g1 immediately, and if he takes on e3, I just go knight f5 and pick up the rook. That seems pretty good to me. Um, and if rook takes, I think I've got probably just king c2 is pretty decent, something like that. Which Lichess extension do I use? The only Lichess extension I have right now is known as, I don't know what it's known as, but it's the one that accepts random challenges. Oh, it's known as Lichess ARC, which stands for accept random challenges. Shocking, really, the originality. But okay, knight f5 is an option, but then I have to calculate like rook e1, rook c1, and that just seems like too much nonsense. So I'm just gonna move my king. Calm, cool, and collected. Next move, I'm gonna move my knight and win the queen. Do you know there's a delicious prize at the bottom of every Chuck E. Cheese ball pit? What? Why do I read some of the comments that chat says? Maybe I shouldn't read every comment. Maybe that's a bad idea. Let's go knight f5. After rook f3, knight e2. Wait, what? Rook f3 is check, though. In this position, rook f3, I can just take the rook. That's what I'm thinking, C complex. But this seemed way easier. Have I ever heard of Samay right now? Of course. Yeah, this just seemed way easier. Like, there was no way for him to stop knight f5, which just picks up a rook and then wins the rest of the game. Um, okay. Let's go again. You want to win the queen? But this requires no calculation. Oh, this is another rated game, chat. Oh no. Am I taking 5-3 challenges? Yeah, of course. If there are any blitz or bullet challenges, I'd be happy to play them. Preferably, what do you call it? Preferably unrated, but if you guys want to play rated, like, I don't really mind. It just means I have to focus, and I'd rather not focus that much. Would much rather just talk to chat. Let's go. Oh, is queen b3 the move here? Probably, right? Hits f7, hits b7. Makes sense. I'm using one more extension that I use for stream. Oh, that one. It's called extend. I think it's spelled like this. I think it's like this. I believe, but I could be wrong. I believe it's called that. And that's how you move the clocks to the top and bottom of the board. For those of you guys who don't know, Lichess is like completely free and all of the API is out there, so people come up with these cool extensions. So, in my opinion, it's basically the only site that you need, but this isn't even a hashtag ad chat. What's up, Mally? How are you doing? If you could master any opening without needing to study, just poof mastered, what opening would it be? I'm assuming you don't mean like I probably can't take an easy answer like 1.e4 or something like that. That would be way too easy of an answer. But I'd probably go with like the dragon. Maybe the Nidorf. One of those two. An opening where like mastery means there are lines that black can win. Because there's very few openings where mastery means you're winning with black. Because like for example, I play the Caracan, and I think I'm a pretty decent Caracan player. Like I think it's really the only reason my rating is this high is because I know how to play that one opening. Um but even if I'm like a master of the Caracan, I get equality out of the opening in like 99% of the variations. So it's not exactly the best opening to be the master of, per se. Which respectable opening if you didn't know the Caro? Well, I grew up playing the Sveshnikov since or until I was about like 12 or 1300 rated. You're preparing for the World Championship match. Good luck. It's going to be a long time preparation, but I hope it pays off. I'm very intrigued to see what happens in this World Championship match, chat. I think it'll be a lot of fun. I hope there's a lot of like crazy games. I want to see them like redefine chess, if that makes sense. Yeah, it's just a pun on the Caracan. Unfortunately, Leonardo. There's nothing spectacular about it. Um, but let's check here, probably. Is he going to go back with the queen? Might be an idea. If you use random generator, make sure you don't get a rated game against a Smurf. Yeah, that would be smart, but I also don't really mind. If someone wants to go through that much effort just to gain a few rating points, like they can have it. But any future over the board opponent play versus. Yeah, but like I don't know how often I'm gonna be playing over the board in the future. I really want to go bishop takes a7 here. I probably would if this wasn't a rated game. That's what I mean. I'd play the game a little bit different because it's rated. Um, but not too different. Like if it was unrated, I'd be so tempted to play a move like that and then queen a5 and then knight b5 and then take and have some fun. But fortunately, I'm too scared. If you're allowed to change an opening's name, would you change the name of the Caracan? No, I like it. Preparing for the 2079 World Championship. Yeah, I think there'll probably be a patch by then. Catch this cue. Probably. Okay, let's go rook d1. I'm expecting knight e7. How do I know about Samay Reina? What? Like YouTube, I guess? What? What kind of question is that? I don't understand. Like Google, perhaps. Um, maybe rook c1. Well, if I go knight a4, he's probably gonna go queen e5 now as a move. So he's attacking this pawn and threatening just to trade queens. So we'll bring in the reinforcements first. Bring the other rook into the board. Now I want to go like knight e4. Basically, I'm attacking the dark squares on his position, right? So I want my knight to be on a light square so that it can also help out. And I don't know how exactly to do that. So first I'll go g3. He's not got a light squared bishop, so I'm not too scared about putting these pawns like this. If he did have a light squared bishop, I would be in some serious trouble, but he doesn't, so it's fine. Now we can go maybe knight e4, knight c5 might be an idea. Also potentially, oh, I still really want bishop takes a7 to work, but for some reason I don't see how it does. But let's have some fun. I don't think it works, if we're being completely honest with each other, chat. But it looks like so much fun. So I have to play it, just out of principle. And then I go here, and then I go here, and like, I don't know what was happening. What's my favorite opening for fighting for a win? I mean, I play the King's Indian normally, so I guess the kid is a great opening to fight for a win with. Uh, ooh, that's an interesting move. That is a very interesting move. So he's attacking my f2 pawn. But I have this idea here where I might be able to go rook takes d6. So we check, and then we take on d6. And I'm guarding the pawn. Just from a distance. Oh, wow, rook c7, rook d8 was just mate, but this is also very much winning. I just carelessly forgot about that. Am I doing a simul? Probably not. I think I'm just gonna play 29 more games. I think that's my plan. What's up, Maroon? How are you doing? And Jung how do Zoomers know anything? Yeah, exactly. Just Google it. Your thoughts on Magnus playing FIDE World Cup? He is. He's actually. That's awesome. Normally he doesn't play in the World Cups. Because they're usually on like World Championship years, and it makes sense for him to not play the World Cup in lieu of that. But if he's actually playing, that's incredible. Yeah, I think he will be tired, but I don't know like how tired he gets. Thoughts on Nimzovich Larson attack? Like I think Magnus is different gravy. B3 is pretty good. What is happening? Oh, he said, yeah, GG's, the con. Thanks for playing. Let's check and check and check and eventually mate. Okay. Wait, it's not mate. Before? Why did I just forget how to mate? What is this game? We'll just go here and then play rook a2 mate. What's up, Harrison? How are you doing? So I'm accepting random challenges. I'm trying not to play anyone twice. So if you see me scroll down and the board shifts for a little bit, it'll go back to it. Yeah, b3 is pretty good, but I don't think it's like I think it's becoming more common, and I think people will start preparing for it. So I think it's gonna be a worse weapon than it is right now, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense, but usually it had the ability to like catch people by surprise, but nowadays with like Audubon's course and stuff, I think it's becoming much more commonplace. What's the most pointless time control and why is it Blitz or Bullet? It might be Hyper Bullet. Oh, I'm not gonna play Crazy House. Come on, chat. Just challenge me to like a normal game of chess. Okay, we'll play against Mr. Tetra. Good luck. Oh, he's from Scotland. I don't know if Scotland are playing today. I think they're playing soon, but I'm also rooting for Scotland because, of course, Andy Robertson, John McGinn, they've got some great team players. All right, we'll play a Bong Cloud because I owe you guys. I don't know why I listen to chat though. Is Hyperbullet the most useless? Probably. Hyperbullet is a very useless opening. Not opening, sorry, time control. I can't move that fast. Like chat sometimes challenges me when I'm streaming to um play like 15-second games. And oh yeah, if they played Queen H5, that would have been horrendous. That's a good point. I would have just hung mate in two. So much disrespect? No, but like chat asked me to play the Bomb Cloud. This isn't my doing, unfortunately, chess pawn. As much as I'd love to take credit for this, um, this isn't my doing. Berserked Ultra Bullet? What? Is that even legal? Can you even Ultra like if you're playing 15-second chess, are you even allowed to berserk? That's crazy. Wait, what did Catch ask? I didn't see his question. Oh, is this the 2017? Am I supporting Germany because of Carius? Absolutely not because of Carius. Ultra Bullet doesn't allow Berserk? Okay, gotcha. I've never played an Ultra Bullet arena. Maybe I should. I need to start playing more arenas. Like, I've not played in too many. Um, but I need to. You dropped to 7 seconds? Okay, well, Maroon, I believe he definitely has Berserked in an Ultra Bullet arena. For sure. Um, okay, how do I recover this position? Is a Caracan 10 plus 0 arena? Wow, that's awesome. I don't think you've ever played arena in chat. What? What does that mean? Oh, on stream? I've played in a few. I'll do like the Eastern Bullet and stuff like that. Um, but not that often. You've seen Berserk and Ultra Bullet? Okay, then it's definitely a thing because multiple people have commented on it. So I believe in the masses. Oh, I won a piece. Wow. This is that you've just got to calculate like one move further. Yeah, I am, Rohit. Um, I've always been, or not always been, but like I've been a Liverpool fan since about like 2010, give or take. If you get bored, you may open an arena for viewers. Probably not this stream. I'm sorry, Leonardo, but in the future, maybe. I think today I'm just gonna try and like mow through these challenges. Yeah, I've played Titled Arena as well. Got to play Faruja once. I got bodied, but hey, it was a good experience. I think. I don't know. It was a very short experience. But let's try checking, and then g6, and then win this pawn, and then check on f2 and end the game. Probably that's what's gonna happen, I think. I'm expecting bishop e6, um, because his bishop is under attack, and that seems like a logical move. I think the objectively best move is probably e5, but it still should be losing. Yeah, true. True. But okay, chat, what other random questions do you have? Like, I am game frame. Oh, he goes for g5. I think g5 is also a logical move. G5 might actually even be better than e5. I can move my knight now. I can move this way. I have so many options. I don't know what a good one is though. Maybe we go knight d5. How's the chess going today? Not as well as last time, but still pretty decently. Like I think I've lost like 2 games thus far. Although one of them was against a bot and I kind of threw, but that's fine. Um, What's up, GM Croco? How are you doing? Oh, this is still mate. Oh no, he moved the wrong pawn. He tried to give himself some luft to not get back rank mated, but he moved the piece that still gets him back rank mated. That's an F. Ooh, another rated challenge. Okay. Yeah, unfortunately the bishop's still there. Isn't Faruja Yan second? I don't know. I haven't paid out attention to like their seconds yet. I don't think they've released their seconds. Most often, Crooked Rooks, they won't release their seconds. Um, yeah, at least until the tournament is over. That's usually when we find out. But I don't know. I think it's like to prevent because you know what the players are good at. Like if I tell you that MBL is my second, I don't know how, but like let's say if I tell you that MBL is my second, then I've probably got some Nidorf or Grunfeld stuff in the works. Right? So that's why I don't think they disclosed their seconds beforehand. But I could be mistaken. Like they could have disclosed them and I just look like an absolute fool. But from my understanding of it, they refrained from doing it until probably the tournament is over. But yeah, chat. Today we're playing on Lichess. And okay, this is a rated game, so I probably should focus up a little bit more than I have the last few. But at the same time, I'm here for a good time and to have some fun. So let's go rookie one and let's play e4. Yeah, exactly. If MVL is my second, then I'm in good shape. But I'm saying hypothetically, that's why a lot of people will not disclose their the team that they're training with. Because why give your opponent any information? Like, there's no reason to give them any information. It can't help you in any way. So I'm down a pawn here. It is opposite color bishop. Subjectively, this should be an easy hold. But I kind of have to play for a win. So we'll see. We can't pull a like well, all of the Super GM games now and just play King H1, King H8, King G1. Um, so I've got to try and attack on the dark squares. That's what you do when you have opposite color bishops. Is you have to try and attack on the color of your bishop because your opponent can't defend on that color. Like it's pretty logical when you think about it. So my opponent should be attacking on light squares. Meanwhile, I'll be attacking on dark squares. Because he can't defend it. So he goes f6. Never play f6, chat. I actually don't think it's a bad move here. I think it's probably a pretty decent move. I'll go king h1, prevent bishop h3. Pre-move queen g7. Well, it would have been a good pre-move. Except if he goes queen h6. Because every other move, it would either be invalid or, well, mate. So he's trying to bring a rook over to the h file. Is that scary? That might be scary. Wow, maybe I underestimated how quick his attack is. I was so focused on my own that I forgot about his. Okay, we're going to set a little trap. And we're going to go rook c7, I think. Is rook c7 a good move? Or do I lead with queen e4? I think maybe I lead with queen e4. So the point was the rook was the only piece guarding the e4 pawn. So I wanted the rook to shuffle over here so I could pick up the pawn. Why do I think Ramos is the best defender ever? I mean, you're not going to get any Ramos support from me after him injuring Salah. Um, yeah. That's not happening, unfortunately, Kilane. You're gripping at straws here. Or clutching at straws, whatever the phrase is. I don't know. Am I getting mated? Oh no. Maybe rook c7 first was the right way to play this. Oof. This might be an oof, chat. Oh man. Can I run? Maybe I can run. Rook h8, maybe we like book it to this side of the board. And then maybe we survive. Rook takes h2 I don't believe worked because it just king takes h2. And I think I would have lived to tell the tale. But this looks pretty scary. G3 is an idea. King G1 is way more intuitive, at least to me. But I don't know if that means it's good or not. Why not f4? Why not f4? f4 is a good move. Why not f4? This is like I was just distracted, I guess. I didn't think and I just played garbage moves. Yeah, f4 was definitely the best move in the position. Huh. Why do I like leading questions from Twitch chat? Did you mean reading or did you mean leading? Oh no, I have 20 seconds left. Okay. This game is probably over. That's unfortunate. Oh well. It happens. Um, this is why you shouldn't read chat while playing games. Chat. What if Rook H1 here? Rook H1 is probably just winning on the spot. Yep. That's GG's, unfortunately. Dang. 10 points, huh? Okay, I might not accept any more rated challenges. I know I don't care about my rating that much, but like, I probably shouldn't be talking to chat while playing. Okay, let's play a bullet game. Streaming is a minus 200 rating handicap. Unfortunately, yeah. And me just missing tricks is even lower. Also, what's up, Cormac? How are you doing? Hey, it happens. I'll probably lose more than that later anyways, so it's fine. But we can force him to use 2 moves. Go bishop b2, rook c1. And in bullet, really, it's just about having the initiative, like more than anything else. So if I'm able to generate some sort of attack on the king, then I'm happy. So a move like this, hitting the bishop, hitting mate, hitting this bishop, is just a great move. Because in bullet, often they won't have time to realize it. Bomb cloud against me? Sure. I'm down. GG's. Okay. Let's play a Caracan. Let's go back to like openings that I actually know instead of playing crazy stuff. That was quick. Yeah, bullet is the easiest way to show a big time advantage. Or sorry, it's an easy way to show a big rating advantage. Like when you have less time. Wait, this is a free pawn, right? Can I not just take this pawn? Am I missing something dramatic? So normally people go knight f3 to not hang this pawn. But my opponent opts for this instead. You played against Jonathan Scrantz as well with the Caracan. Nice. Let's just go here and go e5. Yeah, it is a good opening. I mean, it's gotten me up to like 2450, 2500, give or take. So it can't be that bad. Let's triple zero. No, but then a7 is hanging. Okay, he actually has like a decent amount of counterplay. Yeah, he might actually. This might actually be like prep. I don't know. Like black is up a pawn, but white has like a decent amount of counterplay. Will I take this to my stream later? Probably. I like I said, I intend to accept every single challenge. It might take me more than the 2 hours that I'll be streaming on Lichess. But okay, let's stop 96 with King F7. 24-hour stream. No, no shot. Either way, GG's. Hello, Mr. Lee. So what's up, Flame Pelt? How are you doing? I hope you're having a good Friday. Um, I wonder if the Euros are going on. I might check that after this game. So I'm very curious. I think it was like Italy, Hungary or something was supposed to be today, but I don't remember what time it was supposed to start at. So this check is rather annoying for my opponent to deal with. Also, bishop b4 is rather annoying. It looks like this move just wins, actually. Because the only way I can see to stop knight c3 is maybe to play like king f1. And then I go bishop b4, and how are you guarding this? You have to play c3. That's very problematic. Italy, Turkey. Ah, it's Italy, Turkey. My bad. Okay. I'll probably go watch the highlights once I'm done. It's 1-0 to Italy. Who scored? Out of curiosity. Again, I'm sorry that this isn't like exclusively just chess content, but I enjoy meeting the people in chat. Even more so than the chess. Let's check. Let's go knight d5 and maybe bring the other knight to c3. Not finished? Okay. You wish you played more title players? Yeah, I mean, people tend to always bring their A game against me, unfortunately. Because I don't bring my A game to chat for the most part. Because I'm usually like just talking to you guys and just having a good time. But people tend to bring their A game when they're playing against me. So you convinced me to donate to Lichess, that's good enough for me, man. Yeah, you guys can get your little wings, and that's dope. Yeah, that's fair. That is fair, Cormac. Okay, so I'm going to take on d2 and just clean up. The point is this bishop is pinned. So if he takes my knight, I can just pre-move rook takes d1. If he takes my knight or my bishop, this game is very close to over. There's no beautiful like mating net or anything because I can always just run away. But okay, he opts for the bishop. Um, this is a cool mate. There was also like rook f1 mate is another idea, but knight g4 mate is pretty. Does Lichess attire ever go on sale? I don't know. I'm not like affiliate like I have no idea. I think Cormac might be able to tell you, but I don't know. And he streams CS. No. I'm so bad at CS. Yeah, the Kara does win again. The Kara wins quite frequently, unfortunate for oh, that's unlucky. I'd go for the April Fool horsey on a t-shirt. Yeah, that's an unfortunate pre-move. What was Bishop G2 pre-move? That's very sad for my opponent. But oh well. I don't think it ever has, but I can ask the merch person about it. Okay. Let me know as well, because I'd be interested in copying some Lichess merch. Unlucky. Schrodinger's queen is still there. Yeah, unfortunately his queen is gone on this universe. Okay, we're playing 960 bullet. Sure, why not? I'll play a 960 bullet game. But preferably no variance, chat. It's just this game should go by pretty fast, so I'm not too opposed to playing it. Um, that was a good one though, chat. Ooh, am I getting mated? No, we're good. I'll go rook d1. Oh, that's another. It's very unfortunate that I saw that move late, but oh well. At least I was up a piece so I can give it away. Why didn't he take my piece? This game is confusing me. Um, maybe my opponent isn't accustomed to 960, but the pieces still move the same that they do in a normal game. Yeah, I forgot there was a bishop on h1. To be honest, I don't play much 960. Maybe I should have played the the titled arena because the last titled arena was 960. But the pieces are very like messed up. This is the most beautiful pawn structure you've ever seen. This is a pretty garbage pawn structure. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I don't like it. Is Crazy House okay? Preferably not. Because Crazy House, the pieces are on the side of the screen, and so I would have to change my entire layout just to like do that. Rook b3 check instead of rook c4. Yeah, c4 not hanging the exchange was also pretty strong. There were numerous strong moves. I just chose none of them, but I'm somehow still winning. Interesting. Um, but yeah, if you guys do for from position games, I don't mind that as long as the position is like somewhat normal. But Crazy House probably not. I'm sorry. 960, you'd have to memorize all positions, and that's a lot of positions. There's 960 of them, hence the name. But so there's like a few stipulations when it comes to 960, because you might be thinking like there's more than 960 combinations of this. Because what it's 8 choose 8, and then 7 choose 7, and then so on and so forth. Um, but I think it's exactly 960 because the bishops have to be on opposite colors. Like you have to have one dark squared bishop and one light squared bishop. And then you also have to have why is everyone challenging me correspondence? What is this? And then the king has to be between the rooks. Yeah, exactly, Moonzo. Take care, Maroon. Have a good one. Just in Caro theory, exactly. So castling has to be legal and you have to have opposite color bishops. But well, it's not that. It's just like I'm just gonna abort the correspondence challenges. If you guys do want to play a correspondence game, I usually take those challenges. It just won't be like I won't play it during the stream. How's the stream? It's going well. I'm not playing quite as well as I'd like to, but still have decent results today. And chat's had a good time, I think. Like we've just been talking. So if you guys ever have any other topics of discussion, feel free to let me know. Um, be it like you guys have some genuine chess questions or just random stuff. Yeah, that's what I'm guessing is because of that. Is because it's the default. It makes sense though. Oh, this is 1,000. Okay, I should have probably given some odds, but it's too late now. We'll play the next game with the horsey pieces. Maybe we'll play the next few games with the horsey pieces. What is the best opening? I don't think there is objectively the best opening, unfortunately. Um, I don't play any of the so-called best openings. Like, I guess the Najdorf, the Nimzo, and E4 are probably like the best openings. But I play the Caracan, the King's Indian, and D4. So yeah, I don't play the best openings per se. It's in my opinion the best opening is one that fits the style of chess that you want to play, right? Like if you want to play solid chess, the Caracan might be your best opening. Like myself, I very much enjoy the 6 hour like grind games, so that's why I play the Caracan. But at the same time, I enjoy like the chaotic positions of the kid, so that's why I play the King's Indian. But it's mainly just finding a repertoire that suits whatever style of chess you want to play. What book would you recommend for the opening? So there's plenty of books. It depends on what opening you want to. I can ban people on this channel. I'm awesome. I have mod uh abilities, but like I'm not going to unless they do something egregious. But the next game we'll do with the horsey pieces. What's my thoughts about Group F being the group of death? Which one is Group F? Is that the one with Germany and Portugal? Right? There's some group I believe has Germany and Portugal. I think. I could be mistaken. But what's up, Hetty Five? How are you doing? I hope you've had a good day. Okay, we can take here. Um we actually can't take here because of back rank issues. So that would have been unfortunate. But I can just go Rook A1. Easy enough. They have France as well? Oh, geez. I was gonna say France and Germany, but I didn't remember if they had France. Feels bad man for Hungary, I guess. Feels really bad man. Um you're so I'll take that. That's like one of the best compliments I can get. Eric is awesome. This is a free piece, unfortunately. I don't know as many opening tricks as Eric, but he's just built uniquely in that sense. Lines against e4 c6 d4 d5 ed5 cd5 bishop d3. So what I do in those positions is I play g6 and I play bishop f5. And the point is if they take it, we take back and then plant a piece on e4. But okay, we'll play a game with the horsey pieces because chat requested it. If you guys have any other like random requests like this, please let me know. I'd be happy to do it. Yeah, that is mainline theory. Well, it didn't used to be, but it is now complex. Um, it's like, oh, take care, Cormac. It used to like Panov used to be mainline theory, but nowadays it's quite nice. Someone requested this? Oh, maybe you didn't request it. Maybe you just said that it would look good on a shirt. My bad, DQ'd. I definitely just read the word horsey and just assumed that someone requested it. So am I no longer accepting rated challenges? No, I'll still accept them. That was just like a scene to make it seem like I cared about my rating or anything. No, I'll absolutely still accept rated challenges. It's just I would prefer unrated ones. G6 plan is also good. I like the G6 plan. I think Maroon asked if you were gonna play. Ah, okay, then I'll do it for Maroon. It's fine. Um, let's go knight b6. Knight e5 is an interesting move, but it gives me c2. I mean, I'm up a piece. This should be a pretty easy conversion. How am I at blindfold? I'm pretty decent, I'd say. I'm like probably around 2000, 2100 strength at blindfold on a good day. On a bad day, I'm like 1500 strength in normal chess, so blindfold I can only hope. Um okay, let's go here and maybe try for some sort of mating net. Glass chess pieces, absolutely not possum. There is no way. Okay, we'll go back to the normal or the ones that I was using before. I actually really like this piece set. We found it as a stream. Um, Wait, I've already played Coco Demon today. I'm not playing someone twice. Apologies. You said for chat to request anything. Yeah, but I never said I'd do it. Okay, chat, what opening shall I play? That's not the Karakhan. Because I don't want to play the Karakhan. Again, I've played too many Karakhan games. The kid? Well, but the E4 is on the board. The French, the perk. Okay, I'm down for the perk. Let's play the perk. Play F5. Absolutely not. The Scandi, okay. Scandi and Stafford will throw into the mix. The next two games I get with Black will play the Scandi and then the Stafford. Why the Dutch, the kid? Chat, I'm playing against E4. How can I play the kid? How do you guys think this works? I like how, yeah, exactly. Half the options aren't even valid. How am I supposed to play the kid against E4? You can have the kid if you just debate C4. That's true. Dragon Sicilian? Okay, I've played a dragon today. I might play another one. But, okay, chat, relax. The game's already like 20 moves in. What do you want from me now? Okay, what happens if he takes? I guess I take on e4, probably. Take f7, rook takes f7. No, but then knight takes e4. Then I'm in some trouble. I guess probably just rook e8. And force the knight to move back, and we just develop and claim our edge in development is worthy of a pawn. I don't know if it's a valid claim. E5 is probably not accurate. Am I gonna stream on my channel today? Probably in the next like 20 or 30 minutes, possible. We'll be shifting over to my channel. Am I allowed to play music on this channel? Well, I'm technically not allowed to play music on any channel, RexRX. But I certainly don't want to be gambling with other people's channels. So, absolutely not, I think is the answer we were looking for. To be serious, I'd like to see a kid or a Semislav. Okay, sounds good. Um, so we've got some opening ideas for the next few black games. And with white, I've got like the London, the English, stuff like that. Maybe we'll throw a King's Gambit in there. Everyone loves a good King's Gambit. Like, I mean, the Evans Gambit is undefeated, chat. Like, if you don't play the Evans Gambit, what's going on? I don't even play E4, and I still want to play it just for the Evans Gambit. This is an extremely strong move that I didn't even consider. Wow. I thought I had Queen H4 here, but I don't. That's crazy. Because Queen H4 has Bishop F2, and like at first glance, I just didn't see that. Bishop D4 is an idea. Knight F4 could be an idea. But neither of them look exceptionally good. I guess, do I have to run away? That's very sad if I have to run away. So knight F4, bishop F4, queen H4, king F1, bishop D4, but then he has queen E1. And that's annoying. I could just yoink the pawn on B2 and be like, ha, I'm up a pawn. But I don't think that's how this game works. So we'll just run away. Okay. Take care, Possum. King's Gambit with the line sacking the knight on F3? I don't actually know that line. What's up, Aster Typo? How are you doing? I'm trying to hide from you. Absolutely not. He takes twice and then you're screwed? Yeah. I've never learned it. The G5 line. Okay. Have I ever played Mark Esserman? No, I have not. My thoughts on the Smith Mora? I know if you want to learn the Smith Mora, you should read um, Mayhem in the Mora, I think the book is called. But yeah, I know about it because of Mark Esserman, but I've not played him or the Mora. Texas Time Chess Monkey. So apologies. I'm not well versed in my Smith Mora theory. It's e4, e5, f4, e takes f4, knight f3, g5, bishop c4, g4, castles. Ah, okay, I have seen that actually. Yeah, I have. That's extremely strange that I know an opening that you guys said. Why are you down a pawn with doubled c pawns? That's a good question. I don't think I have a good answer, unfortunately. Um, yeah. 3-0 now to Italy. Dang. Okay, at least we've got like a running score of the Italy game. That's what's important, chat. Even if the chess is failing, at least the game is going well. Um, let's give him another pawn. You know what's better than being down one pawn, being down two pawns? But actually, though, I think that was a good move. What's my approach versus the Caro-Kann two knights? I play bishop g4. Um, let's go queen e7. Let's just line up this e4 pawn. So now I can take it, but do I really want the pawn back? Yes. Yeah, I do. I don't know who I'm kidding. I really want the pawn back. But I hope you guys have enjoyed. I'm gonna try and get through these games though. Ooh, free rook. Yeah, sir, you want the pawn. Absolutely. I'm by all means a big fan of pawns. But this is game over. So if king h4, we just go h6 and queen f2 is a nice mate. But either way, that game was just about done. So good luck, Mr. Momo. What? Chat, we can't ask about this every like 15 minutes. But yes. It's such a random question. I never understand Twitch chat. But oh well. Who scored on Italy out of curiosity? Council. Or anyone else who's watching the game? Because I've got a fantasy team, and I think the only person I have from Italy on it is Immobile. So if Chiro didn't score, I'm in some trouble. Um, I think my front three are like Killian, Lukaku, and Immobile. Although I might have changed Immobile to Kane actually. I don't remember. I'm really looking forward to these Euros though. I think they should be a lot of fun. But okay, let's try and go Rook C8 and Bishop takes C3. There was one owner? What? What happened? Wiping. Let's. Can I go Queen A5 here? If he goes Bishop takes E7, I can take on C3 at least. And if he takes on F5, I take back. And we're in good shape. Turkey scored an own goal. Dang. The other two by Immobile and Insigne. All right. Yeah, Immobile and Insigne are both incredible players. I think Italy's actually got a decent shot this year. After the last Euros, which featured like the worst penalty kick out, like penalty shootout in the history of penalty shootouts. I think it was like Italy, Spain, or something. Chiro scored the second and assisted the other. Okay. Well, now I'm hoping I didn't put Harry Kane in. Hoping. Immobile and Inside are words, by the way. Wow. I read them like that because he said they were words, not like I know how to pronounce their names. Um, huh. I didn't know that, but I guess you know all the relevant Scrabble words, which makes sense. He goes bishop d2. Interesting. So I can take and go knight f5. I can maybe take and go knight b6 as well. Like maybe planting the knight on c4 isn't too bad of an idea. But the one concern with playing a move like knight b6 is how do I meet a3? I guess with just knight c4. Yeah, that looks pretty decent. I have to be careful because I can't take here as my queen is trapped on this a5 square. But we're gonna try and jump in. Why is he giving up Tempe? I don't know. I have no idea. DQ'd. He's a bit scared, so he's moving all of his pieces back, I guess. But okay, let's jump in with the knight now. Attacks the bishop. The bishop can't take, of course, because of the pin. And queen a4 check, I take and take and take. How long have I been playing chess? For about 13 years. It's been a rather long time of me playing this game. And it hasn't changed at all in the last 13 years, which is kind of crazy. Because most games will get patches like once a week. Um, Chess hasn't gotten a patch in a while. But Bishop g4, yeah, I don't like d4. I like Bishop g4. I have a younger brother, Leonardo. You really have been waiting for 1.5 hours. Dang, that's tough, dude. I was gonna say that's not possible, but yeah, I have been live for 1.5 hours. I'm sorry, I can only play one game at a time. And I'm choosing the games at random, so there's not really much I can do. Apologies, Vkronks. But I will try and go through all of the games. It's just I've played How many games have I played already today? Let's take a look, chat. I've played 20 games today, and I still have 29 challenges. So I'm sorry, but I'm trying as fast as I can. You asked because I seem too calm? Yeah, so I have got a younger brother. Um, but I don't know if that's why I'm so calm. Do I have a dark side? What? No, I'm just me, I guess. What's up, Nirav? How are you doing? Yeah, that could be it though, Leonardo. I'm not gonna speak on the concept of it, but I think you might be onto something. Okay, so B2 how long have you been waiting to say that, Dark Sniper God? You you were just like lurking and waiting. Oh man. Um okay, I can now take on C3. I just now realized that this game is both rated and 5+3. So I'm in danger. But it's fine. Worst case I lose like 50 points today. We'll just grind it later, chat. Um okay, I'll go queen b6 or something. Sometimes we need chaos? Yeah, on occasion. Yeah, unfortunately, I can't promise you guys a game specifically because then I would have to promise everyone a game specifically, and then, well, then we'd just be playing a simul, but half the games would be rated, and half the games would be unrated, and half the games would be hyperbullet, and I'd probably lose all of them. Um, and I know while me losing all of my games is probably entertaining, it's not that fun to play. You pre ordered the new DLC for chess. Nice. Any chance to unionize major chess players? I wouldn't know. I'm not a major chess player. Um, yeah, I mean, okay, I'm a title chess player, but I'm by no means like a major player by any stretch of the word. Let's go queen d8. Hits h4 at least. Buys me a bit of time. But white's still got a perfectly fine position. I think black's probably a slight bit better because this bishop is not really going to be productive. Um, So I think I've got a small edge, and my knights are on good squares. But even with like a dream position out of the Caracan, I'm not winning. Which is why when someone was asking earlier what opening would I master, probably not the Caracan. Because like I you can play a perfect Cara and you might be like minus point 0.1 or something. But let's go King G7. Maybe some tricks on E6, but I'm currently holding that. It's always good to be mindful of that though. Whenever your pieces are all on the same color squares, that there might be forks, there might be pins, there might be a bunch of stuff if they've lined up in a certain way. So just be mindful, and then you won't hang as many tactics as you guys normally do. Best book to read for an intermediate player. Again, that's a very tough question to answer because I don't know what your weaknesses are, but I would recommend a book like Jeremy Silman's Endgame manual or like Art of Attack in Chess, things like that. Am I still gonna sack my queen with 1,000 to 1,200 players? Probably, yeah. I mean, I did it twice, but I've not done it since. I don't think. Maybe I only did it once. I don't remember. Um, okay, we've got a very equal position, I think. Let's go a6. Yeah, GG's. Well, I'm always happy to play. If you guys see me streaming ever and want to shoot me a challenge, by all means go for it. Most of the time I'd be down to play chat. So, I think game collections are good to study. That's true. The only game collection that I've ever read is Zurich 1953. Because I'm a King's Indian player, I was told that that book was like, or that tournament was like the pinnacle of King's Indian, so to speak. Like when all of the top dogs played the opening. So I read the book and it honestly it was pretty insightful, but I don't know. You're like rated 1450. Okay, but like what do you do right now to try and improve? I guess would be my first question. Like do you review your games when you're done with them or do you just um like play another one? Because that would be the easiest way is to review your games once you're done with them, chat. Let me go G5 here. It's an interesting move. Thank you, Acertypo. Oh, it's 5 plus 3, so he's probably not going to flag. But the point is, if his queen goes back this way to c1, this hangs. And if his knight takes, then I'm, like, not in danger of losing this. So I can calmly, like, play queen h8 and play on the h file. There's a super tournament in San Antonio in the 70s. Wow. I did not know that. I didn't actually know of any super tournaments in the, like, States even, much less in Texas. That's crazy. I'll have to look for the book. I've never heard of this tournament, Chess Pawns. Watch Naroditsky speedrun and try to guess the moves? Okay, that may be one strategy, but I definitely do think analyzing your games will be more fruitful, especially for you, an individual. Like, as opposed to some generic strategy, the best way is always one that's tailor made to yourself. And the only way to find your own weaknesses is by analyzing your games. Oh, geez. Um, Okay, are there any mating nets? I guess I have to go king e8 because king f8 just brings bishop b4, and I don't want to allow bishop b4. So now we run for the hills. But the question is, can I survive this game? Do I go king c7 probably? Allow him to queen. Queening's not too big of a problem for me. But the question is, do I have a mating net now? That's what I was wondering. And I think I do. I'm not sure though. So let me start with Rook g4 is also worth considering, but I don't think it's very good. This is an incredibly sharp position. Why do I get myself into these positions? Um, I guess I start with Rook e8. Simple enough. Let's just take the queen off the board. See what he takes it. Yeah, look at his time, but he's got 3 seconds for every move is the problem. So now I check, and then I check, and then I believe this is mate. Cool. So that's what I was hoping for when I was looking for mating nets. I couldn't do it with the rook on e1 because the rook on e1 guards f1. And I couldn't find a mating net with like bringing the pieces backwards. Who's the trickiest player in chess? I don't know. Really want to hit 2000 blitz. That's definitely doable. Do you have any tips for getting out of a losing streak? Oh, I wish I did, but unfortunately the best tip I can give you is to slow down. Like whenever I tilt personally, I start playing super fast. Like I start speeding up. I'll go from using like let's say I'm playing a 3 minute game and that's what I'm tilting in. Um my first game I might use like 2.5 minutes. And then let's say I blunder like a mate in one or something. Then the next game I'll use like 1.5 minutes. And then this will keep slowly getting smaller and smaller until we eventually get to a point where I'm playing like using 15 seconds on my clock and I'm just making moves for the sake of making moves. So don't let that happen to you. Take the time to like relax, calm down, maybe go grab a bite to eat. Like there's nothing indicating that you have to keep playing while you're tilted. Like just slow down. Your responses to chat are the lowest latency? I don't know about that as a typo. I just I read it I read every message without like proofreading it, I guess. I just assume chat's not gonna try and troll me for the most part. Like, there's a few people now where I know not to read it, but yeah, but it's milliseconds? I don't know. Can I answer you? Of course. Your puzzle rating is on 2400, but your playing rating is max 17. Is this normal? I've seen it happen for a lot of people. I don't know about normal, though. I don't know if it's normal. Um, Apologies. The problem with puzzles is that yeah, exactly. So I think people struggle with finding puzzles in non-puzzle situations. Also, apologies. There was like an emergency, so I had to respond to it. Um, when did I become a title player? It's been quite a while. I've been a national master, which is 2200 USCF, since I was 14 years old, and I'm currently 21. So, been quite a while. But I think the biggest problem is that you know that there's an answer to the puzzle, but in a normal game, you won't know when the combination arises, right? Like you don't have enough time to look for a combination at every move, but at the same time, you might miss out by like not spending your time properly on the move where there actually is a chance. But yeah, um, other than that, I'd say maybe you're messing up in the opening stage or in end games, and those aren't really as common in like puzzles. Well, thanks for subscribing to the Lichess channel, Floyd. Um, let's take back here. Also, that horsey emote is goaded. Um, it's a really cool emote. Do I go G4 or something? Maybe I go G4, but I'll start with A4. So, with regards to openings, one thing I'd recommend for all of chat is like look at top grandmaster games. Like take the time to like sit down and like analyze the games once you're done playing it. Like just take a minute after every game. My recommendation is always like take as much time as it took you to play the game to analyze it. So like if you're playing a 3 minute game, spend 3 minutes after it. If you're spending 5 minute games, if you're playing a 5 minute game, take 5 minutes after it. Things like that. How did you end up playing the kid against D4? Well, I think I just enjoyed the chaos when I was a child. Like nowadays, I don't really exclusively play the King's Indian. Now I experiment with other openings. But when I was growing up, I really enjoyed the chaos that the King's Indian like allowed. Do I think I'll become an IM or a GM one day? Probably not. Um, I don't really have any aspirations for it. But no, obviously I'm not gonna. My guy, come on. Um, let's go Queen G4 or something. But yeah, I prefer the character. I never found the Slav or things like that intuitive to play. Like there were too many variations to try and learn with the Slav that I just didn't bother. Any fun ways to train endgames without the popularly recommended books? Oof, there are definitely endgame studies that exist. That's for sure. Yeah, that was a very bold strategy. Do I go? No, d5 doesn't work because the knight still protects the queen, and I didn't realize that before. Oh man, my brain needs to turn back on soon. D4 just seems harder to play against. Yeah, D4, but at the same time, if you want like a good opening against D4 for all levels, like the Nimzo Indian, if you're able to learn it, is extremely solid. Like learning Nimzo and Bogo structures, I think, is what a lot of the top players do. Also, the Grunfeld is way more fun in my opinion, but also just as good. So those are two things that you guys could use. But let's try going Queen E7 here, is what I was thinking of. Wait, I meant to go back to E5. That was sloppy. That was extremely sloppy move. Oh well, it happens. Sometimes we make bad moves. Hopefully, he doesn't see the. So this is an idea. This is not the right idea, but this is an idea. Okay. Whew. That was an oh no my knight moment. Except he had to throw in the intermezzo knight f5, and I just lose a piece. For some reason, when I initially looked at this position, I had blanked on knight f5. I thought this trade was good for me, but I missed that they had that Zwischenzug with knight f5. Is 1700 rating on Lichess after 9 months of playing without study good? Yes. What? Wait, what did you? Yeah, of course. 1700 rating on Lichess is a very decent rating. Um, That's also true. Like getting to 1700 without from not knowing how to play chess is insane. I miss Queen E6. I did miss Queen E6. But I thought this was also winning disregard. Like I thought the rook ending was just way too easy um of a win, but yeah, Queen E6 is just a free rook. Like I'm an idiot. Appreciate that chat for finding it, but I don't know how I didn't see it. Oh man, I think I was so happy that he missed knight f5 that I was just like, hey, let me play something random. Um, okay, let's just pick up e6. Then pick up e4 and just win this game. Yeah, b5 is a very important move because there's no reason to complicate stuff. All of his pawns are weak in this position, chat. There's no reason to. Yeah, that was what I was thinking, Leonardo, but I didn't even consider queen e6. Obviously, queen e6 just a free rook. Like, it's an extremely obvious move. How often do I play rapid and classical? So I've been trying to grind my rapid rating recently. So I've got it up to almost 2500. But I don't really play much classical online. I used to play like multiple times a week, but did I recently receive it? No, I've had it for a while, Phil. Not diagonal rook. I'm saying if I had taken it with the queen Acer typo, like earlier, right here, instead of trading queens, if I just take on e6 and win g4, this is one of those cases where, like, if you had this position and it was, say, a 1200 tactic, you'd be like, oh, easy, queen e6, queen g4. But, yeah. How many games have I gone through? Like 24, and I still have 26 left. There's a lot of games, but I will try and go through every single one of them. Given you Lichess Rapid, you could get to IM? No. There's a big difference between Lichess Rapid and IM. I actually don't even coach Humble Pawn. At the moment, it's just streaming for me. But yeah, I guess now we can just do the calm, cool, collected approach of walking the king into the game and ending the game. I can even move all of my pawns up a square to form a connect four. I think that's worth it. So that way we win all the meta games. You've been playing over a year and just to learn from these experiences. Well, I hope to play you, I will play you. It's just I hope to play you soon. It's not my call, of course. I'm using a tool which basically just randomizes it. Connect 5. Okay, we'll connect 7. I'll put my king on h1. No, my pawn. Okay, I'll play rook c7. Hopefully he'll move his rook. And then we can go king h1. And then go rook c6 again. So that way we have a connect 7 chat. And then maybe he'll go rook a8 to play along. But I don't think he will. No, there's never any reason to resign. You. Oh, he did! What a legend! Thank you, HC. You're a beast. Look at that, chat. All the pieces on the. Okay, now we can go back to winning the game. Um, I won't take his rook. I'll be nice. But, okay, he just resigns instead. At least we got the connect 8. Nice. Um, okay, let's accept the Nash. Stream sniping? Yeah, but it's fine. I don't mind. Um, hang on that. Also, we might take a journey to my channel now, chat. I really do appreciate y'all's questions and keep them coming. I think I'm gonna keep going until I run out of games. Um, but yeah, what's my channel? I mean, you'll see it in a second. Wait, okay, that's not the current position. Let's go to the current position. My channel is the same as my Lichess username, and it is this. GG's, Tors. Thanks for playing. Um, but this should work. I'll keep that queued up while the game is going, and then we'll keep the party going on my channel. But I'm gonna try and go through all of the games, and thanks again to Lichess for letting me do this. With you commentating, your voice is so soothing. Appreciate it, Einsteiny. Okay, let's go. Welcome everyone again. This is a cool feature that they've got going here. And I really do enjoy it. But big shout out to No Joke again and the whole team at Lichess. If you guys do have the money to support it, I definitely would recommend getting these wings. I think these wings are awesome. And apologies, y'all might get an ad. I just realized that that could be a